1340 96.5 KVGC. On the phone, Douglas Viviani of Everything Old is New Again tonight. He and David Cohen anchor our evening programming of merriment and mirth, I guess. How's that?
That's not bad.
Haven't heard mirth in a long time, huh? Anyway, Everything Old is New Again, the show that examines our pop culture, where it came from, why it's so popular, and making radio fun again. Well, Douglas, go ahead. Sorry.
David Cohen and Douglas Viviani in high school had a baseball team, a softball team, and we were called the Kokomo Yankees. We had just started out. That was like a local ladies' wear store that sponsored us. But the first year in college, we switched it over. We got our own uniforms, did our own thing, and from that point on, for the next 25 years, the name of the team was the Mirth Makers.
Seriously?
Yes. I can show you shirts. I have T-shirts and uniforms and everything still laying around. How about that?
So you and David and your team wore women's softball uniforms?
We were sponsored by a ladies' wear shop in Huntington, which is a town kind of where we live almost. So.
Oh, okay. So okay.
It was just the Kokomo Yankees.
I understand now. Okay.
Although the material was very soft and luxurious.
Did you wear visors or hats?
No, we wore real hats, no makeup, but we were the smartest looking team on the field.
Did you chant little sayings and little, like, go Douglas, get a hit.
Rip, rip, ree, hit him in the knee, rip, rass, hit him in the... No, there's only of those. Anyway, what's up for this weekend? Any fun going on out there besides our show?
Well, let's see. We do have something going on.
What's
and
that?
I don't think you and David knew about this, you would be here.
Right.
This coming, today on Saturday, it's called Jammin' for Famine, and it starts at 3 o'clock at Howard Park in Ione, and it's a fundraiser for the Interfaith Food Bank, which is, and it features Red Voodoo, Vogan Toll, Bottle Jack, Scott Berrien, and others. And it's only $10 per person, 13 and under free, kind of a picnic-style family musical.
What kind of music?
Oh, just rock and pretty much classic rock and originals and singer-songwriter type music, and should be a good time. Should be a good time.
That sounds pretty good.
That's going on. But something that you and, Leo's a little bit too old now for this, because you have to be 0 to 5.
Oh, okay.
There's a group called First Five Amador, and that's part of the First Five California, which was started by Meathead, by
Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner, with the taxes from cigarette sales, and it funds early childhood development from 0 to 5, and our local chapter of that First Five Amador has these things called Dad and Me, and once a month, dads or grandfathers or uncles or the male, influence in the family,
right,
take their children to these events. And today.
Saturday, yes.
Yeah, I know, but I kept thinking maybe it was next week. It's today. It's they're going to be at the Jackson Library, and Welcome Fall at the Library, it's called. And all the kids come, they're all, like I say, 0 to 5. And sometimes they bring some older siblings.
Right.
And they all go to different places. They go to the fire department, go to the flower farm, they never come to the radio station. They could come to the radio station.
That would be a good one.
So that's going on today.
Well, that sounds like fun. I mean, these libraries, I don't know, when I was a kid, the library was for the books, and we actually had a bus that would bring us from the neighborhood to the library. You'd spend an hour in the library, get some books, and bring them back. Or a library bus would travel through the neighborhood with a bunch of books on it.
The bookmobile.
The bookmobile, right, which was, all that was so cool, and that was kind of about it. Or once in a while they did, like, we actually had someone speak to us about in 1979, the new Star Trek movie that was coming out from, there was no internet, so they came and a mini convention in the basement of the library and handed out brochures and showed a little slideshows to, the upcoming movie and what have you.
Yeah.
But now, there's a calendar of events, and there's an event almost every day and night. There's about 3 events a day, let's put it that way, for different ages and all that, at the library. Do you have that? Does the Jackson Library do that as well?
Yes, but not every single weekend. The way that it sounds like yours.
Oh yeah, this is unbelievable, and it's like a traveling minstrel show. Our library will have whatever it is, and then the next week another library down the block will have them, and so they either hire or they've got non-for-profits doing lectures, doing movies, doing. This week we've got the big truck show. Huge vehicles, big snow plows, huge tractors, the hook and ladder fire truck, ambulance, police vehicles, specialty vehicles. The guy that comes and fixes the electric or the cable, wires and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So the kids, their vehicles, of course, are turned off, but the kids go and they get to climb up and sit into these vehicles and go into the ambulance and all the different. There's like a DWI vehicle, that the police bring to their checkpoints and all of this. So it's really interesting. They've got so many different things that kids can go into, and then they sit in the driver's seat. You take pictures, and they hit the horn, and it's actually very loud. There's horns going left and right. Kids are loving it, but I think it's pretty cool. Like, they have so many different things to do. So I think Leo and I will do that. We did that last year and had a lot of fun. He stands in. If you can picture this, a snowplow. It's so big that he's literally. I don't know if he's like 3 feet. He can stand in the plow and you take a picture as if he's like getting plowed. It's incredible size.
Wow.
Of these vehicles.
Seriously.
Anyway, so that's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Do they bring like the garbage truck and things like that too?
Yes.
Yeah.
All these specialty vehicles that and they're huge. They're like the Tonka toys that you used to have as a kid, blown up to almost like Land of the Giants. You know what I mean? Like, they're huge. It takes 3 or 4 steps just to get up into the driving area of these vehicles. I never realized how huge they are. And then the specialty ones are cool too. Like the police one's very cool. You go in and there's a little jail in the back, or a little cell, what do you want to call it, in the back of the holding cell where they take the prisoners, and they've got a booking area and a fingerprint area, top of the line, like flat screen TVs for their computers and all this on the. I don't know if the kids appreciate some of that stuff as much as the parents do. I mean, it's just
that's
incredible.
I think the kids see it. We all see it in different ways.
Yeah.
The kid sees it. Hey, look at these big trucks I can cross. And the parents will go, wow, I've seen this truck in the neighborhood. Now I get a chance to really check it out. That's the way I would be. Now I can get a chance to check it out up close here.
It's kind of cool. Like, of course, for any job, I'm sure, after a while it gets a little bit monotonous, maybe. I don't know. But, the drivers are there, and if you have any questions, you can ask them about how to lift the plow or how to turn this on or whatever it might be, and how do they do it and all of this. So it's really kind of cool.
In your neighborhood, do you have a homeowners association that pays for the snow removal, or do you have does the city come by? What's that?
We have to do that ourselves. Is a bit of
on the street?
The street itself is by the town. The town's and the county, more the county, undertake to remove the snow from all the streets, which is quite a project. And they hire subcontractors out, too, as well. But, they're pretty good about it. They come around pretty quick. And
Douglas...
So you see that huge plow coming down the road,
Yeah. Now, do you live... So how does it work there? So in California, we live in the city of Jackson, in the county of Amador County, in the state of California within the United States.
Right.
So we have a city government, a county government, and then the state government and the federal government.
Yep, we got them all the same.
So do you have the same? And we have a board, we have a city council that votes, and city council and mayor that handles our city business. The board of supervisors and the county CAO, is it? handle the county business, and then of course we have the legislature and the
and the school board for the local.
Yeah.
We're in the town of Huntington. Well, let's say it's East Northport is like a hamlet inside the town of Huntington. So East Northport has only representations in the town of Huntington. And then the town of Huntington, of course, is in the county of Suffolk, which is half of Long Island is one county, half is the other. And then after that, we've got the state of New York. And we try to keep them out of our business as much as possible.
The state of New York and the state of California, the state of confusion.
Yeah, the states are a little bit troublesome.
Oh, my God. Listen, I got a call the other day, and I've been meaning to – I almost called you. It was kind of shook me, to be really honest with you. It kind of got to me. I picked the phone up, and there's this, voice on the other end. Well, it would be because of the phone. But there's this disguise. I could tell it was disguised. They're covering up the phone receiver. And kind of like Deep Throat. Remember Deep Throat in All the President's Men? Claiming that they have proof Fondue Guy has a son.
Yes. He has a son that...
Do you know anything about this?
I do know this. Here's the thing. His son lives in England with his ex-wife. But his son is coming out to take a visit around Halloween time to visit the Fondue.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we have or should we have Fondue and barbecue guys come out because they're supposed to plan the Halloween party for the station, for our local, for the show.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we have those guys, over and on the show and take over? Doing the planning of Halloween and what have you with Fondue Guy's son there, and see if they can get along and see what happens with this kid.
Have you ever run across the kid before? Did you know that Fondue Guy had a kid?
No, we had no idea. I don't know Fondue that well, but I know barbecue a lot better. But
are they estranged? I mean, does this? I know you said he lives in England.
He's
with
a
his
very
mother?
genteel child that may have some problems. That's all I can tell you. That's what I'm hearing.
Well, with a father like he's got, how can he help?
It's quite a what would you say? It's a nice palette there for some fun antics that may ensue. So my question is:
was that a pun?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Would you like to hear that, or let's just say, which one of these shows would you prefer to hear?
Okay.
1980s heavyweight boxer Jerry Cooney.
My first question would be why. Okay.
He has a book coming out.
To him, my first question would be why. Okay, next.
Pushing a book. Director-writer Nicholas Meyer from Star Trek 2, 4, and 6, Time After Time, and he also has a book coming out, a new Sherlock. He did a 7% Solution, if you remember that book. Yeah. And so he's got his fourth Sherlock Holmes book coming out.
So there you have royalty. Next.
Yep. Then you've got Paul Michael Glaser from the 1970s Starsky and Hutch, the one with the black hair.
Is he still alive?
He's still around.
Okay.
Plugging around. So he's got some interesting stories to tell. Possibly a reunion with David Soul, although Soul has said yes and then dropped off the face of the earth, so I don't know what happened there.
Well, that's because he's working on the he's working on the revival of Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
It's possible.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah, he'll play the grandfather this time.
With Bobby Sherman and he played the
movie,
grandfather.
right?
Yeah, he played the grand. No, it was a TV show. It was an ABC TV show. Seven Brides for Seven Brothers.
How long did that last?
A couple of seasons.
Yeah. Okay, that's possible. Or Science. Remember this show? I don't know if you remember this. Mystery Science Theater 3000, the show where they show the movies and you see the silhouette of the guy. Yeah. Okay. The original host and creator of that show, Joel Hodgson. Or Fondue Guy's son.
I'd rather have the robots from Mystery Science Theater. If you interview him, ask him if he did the voice for the robots.
He didn't. I did. We can find that out. I will talk about that, but in my research, You know the one that one of the voices is the guy that took over after he left.
Oh, okay.
I forget the guy's name, Mike or something. And they replaced him with a different.
So the premise of this show was this guy and these robots were stuck on this either spaceship or space station.
Satellite, right?
Yeah, and they had these movies.
Right.
And that was their entertainment.
Right. Actually, it's a very thinly veiled plot was that someone somewhere else had locked them in there and is sending them bad movies as like torture, and they have to watch them, otherwise they can't get out of this satellite. At some point, when they see the worst movie of all time, they'll be released from the satellite.
When I was in college, we would turn the TV off, turn the TV down, and try to watch it and make out what they were saying too.
So, that's pretty good. Did you put your own dialogue in?
Oh yeah.
So that's pretty much it. They do about 700 quips a show or a movie, sitting there, him and the two robots and it's. I find it very funny. You got to really relax and listen to what they're saying, get into the groove of it. But some of the stuff they say is hysterical.
Okay, so Jerry Cooney, I would ask him, why did you even do it? Why did you step into the ring?
Oh, okay.
Director and writer Nicholas Meyer. I guess my first question would be, and he probably gets tired of this, is Shatner really Shatner?
Right.
Paul Michael Glaser, what do you think about the state of cop shows nowadays?
Okay.
And Mystery Science Theater, I would ask Joel if he came up with that idea as a college student, and who picked the movies.
Okay.
Fondue Guy's Son, I honestly, Douglas, you probably should just do an intervention for the poor kid when he shows up.
I think it'll be fun to have him, especially during Halloween. We try to do something, with these characters once in a while, and during the Halloween time is a good time for it.
Hey, what's up with this week's show?
So this week we've got another week with.
I can't
Nick
believe
Parisi.
the Fondue Guy. I can't believe the Fondue Guy's kids come. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
He was able to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
So
we have another week with
no,
Peter
I'm kidding.
Weller.
Another week with Nick Parisi from the Twilight Zone. No, I'm kidding. We've done that enough and had a good time. We was on the show last 2 weeks. So this week we are going to take a look at, and it's a first of a 2-show extravaganza on.
I like that. The way you say that with your East Coast accent. Extravaganza.
Extravaganza. On, drum roll, The Sandwich.
Ooh.
We explore the history of the sandwich. By the way, did you know, or am I right, that the original sandwich idea was developed in the year or century 1 A.D.? We'll see about that, the first century A.D. And we'll talk about sandwiches, how, that maybe the settlers developed and had sandwiches in the Middle Ages, sandwiches for the settlers that went, west on the wagon train, and then some modern sandwiches that we would suggest. And then we'll have that same kind of discussion next week.
Do you talk about the Earl of Sandwich? Is that true?
The Earl of Sandwich, but where did that come from? Who is he? Why did he, or is he known for the sandwich? You remember the Saturday Night Live skit? This is rare, shot in the dark, where Bill Murray played the Earl of Sandwich?
No, I don't.
Yeah, look that one up. It's a lot of fun.
So, your favorite sandwich?
It's hard to say, but I would say a roast beef with Virginia ham, provolone cheese, brown gravy, heated up.
Oh,
nice
so you're going to go with the hot?
Yes.
Would it be open face?
No, that's cheating. You've got to eat a sandwich with fingers and get it all messy.
I can remember going to a deli one time with a friend of mine in San Francisco, and they put like au jus on our sandwich, and I was like, "What's this?" But that would kind of be along the same lines as what you're talking about. It was roast beef sandwich, and they put it on there. And when you ate it, it was all runny and stuff. But man, but it was good. I think about it, it was good. My sandwich would be a salami, Swiss cheese, pepperoncinis, extra onions, Oil and vinegar, no mayonnaise and mustard on a roll. Sourdough, probably.
That's interesting. So you're more into the tart as opposed to hearty. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, yeah.
Like those, that's a lot of flavors in there. The peppers and all that, and the oil and what did you say it was going to be?
Oil and vinegar. Yeah, I'd take oil and vinegar.
That's a heck of a sandwich. That's interesting. All right, well, we'll suggest that. We're going to throw all of these out there, and everyone has the. You ever notice? Maybe the best thing is when you're in school to know this, but wherever you are and someone's taking out a bag lunch and it's a sandwich, even if it's 20 people, there's never the same sandwich between 20 people. There's always a variation and a difference. Everyone has their own thing when it comes to sandwiches.
And why is it when someone else makes the sandwich for you, it tastes better than if you made the sandwich for yourself?
That's a good point. And also with the cold cuts, you can't just lay them flat. You have to kind of puff them up or fold them over. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You can't just lay them flat because then the sandwiches, it loses even the same meats. If you kind of puff them up, it's got a different flavor to it. Crazy.
Tonight,
that's what we're talking about.
Tomorrow night, Everything Old is New Again, anchoring our evening program with Douglas Viviani and David Cohen. All right, you're making me hungry, Douglas. I'm gonna get out of here. Have a good show
Place your
tonight.
order quickly.
Yeah.